And to discuss this story further, we're joined by ДЖИМ ДИN, the managing editor of Veterans Today, joining us on the Skype from Atlanta. Thank you very much, Jim, for joining us. Well, what do you think about the Russian president's speech in Sochi and about the fact that US President Barack Obama, earlier in Prague, he declared that there's no need for a missile system if Iran's nuclear threat, so-called nuclear threat, is eliminated?
Well, once again, cool Mr. Putin is playing his diplomatic cards very well, never making a mistake. He's doubling down. We've just come through the Iranian nuclear talks, where the over one-decade hoax of the secret Iranian nuclear weapons program was exposed for a complete hoax, which the media did not cover very much as one of the big outcomes of all those negotiations, because neither the U.S. or Israel ever put any evidence that they claimed to have that Iran had a nuclear program. And derivatively, as we are now, that was the basis for their wanting to put the missile program in. So we know that was a hoax also. So Putin now is reminding everybody of this history that the U.S. has lied, NATO and EU have created these threats and able to make their publics fearful so that they would support the military moves that they wanted to do.
Well, you're calling it a hoax, Jim, and then we're seeing the United States using all these pretexts for attacking different countries, for levelling sanctions against them, for doing all these embargoes against different countries, and then yet we're seeing them fund what they call moderate terrorist groups as opposed to non-moderate terrorist groups. So what is the US actually pursuing in the Middle East and elsewhere in the world when it comes to its foreign policy?
Every cab driver in the planet, even in the most third world country in the smallest town, now is aware of the Western game of these hoax terrorist movements to create threats that requires them to supposedly, under security reasons, have to do regime changes so that they have friendlier governments. And this is completely being exposed now because when Putin, when he went into Syria, he offered to cooperate with the West, everybody, offered anybody that wanted to join. Let's join hands. Beat this ISIS problem. It's a problem for all of us. We need to work together. And he was rejected by everybody other than the airplane coordinations of not running into each other. And as the program has been successful, rather than being happy, you see NATO, Turkey, all of those countries that are supporting terrorism are very unhappy. So he has put them in the spotlight. Everybody knows now who's been using terrorism to support regime change and who the real threat is. So I think you're going to be seeing they're rallying around Putin. His numbers, approval ratings are up to 90% in Russia now. They would probably be 95% in the world. He is by far the most popular world leader now, and he may be the most popular world leader in the past 50 years.
Thank you very much, ДЖИМ ДИN, managing editor of Veterans Today.